Hello everyone, you're welcome to another time of learning and fun. Previously we looked at parts of speech. I hope you still remember some of the parts of speech that we looked at. Okay, when we learned about noun, we said proper nouns are names of people, places, days of the week, months of the year. And we were told to write them with capital letter. We start with initial letter. Like you want to write Monday, you start the M with capital letter. We were also told that anywhere we see letter I, we should capitalize it. That is, make it a capital letter. And that brings us to what we have for today in our English class. Before we continue, let's look at our learning objective. At the end of the lesson, you'll be able to recognize different punctuation marks. That's the first thing you will learn today, different punctuation marks. You will identify when and how to use these punctuation marks. And at the end of the class, you are expected to apply them in your writings. When you are reading, you observe a rest. And when you are writing, you try to include some of these punctuation marks. Now let's continue. What is the meaning of punctuation mark? We are told that a punctuation mark is a symbol that helps a writer or a reader to understand the meaning of a sentence. It is a symbol that helps a writer or a reader to make meaning of what he is writing or what he or she is reading. Now let's look at some of the examples of these punctuation marks. If you look at what I have here, you can see the first one there. The first one there is exclamation mark. Then we have a comma, we have a semicolon, we have a slash, we have a full stop, we have a question mark, a colon, and a quotation mark. But we are not going to do all of them. We are not going to learn all of them at the same time. So we are going to take them bit by bit. Let's look at the first one, full stop. We are told that a full stop ends a sentence. When you make a sentence, you end it with a full stop. That shows that you have concluded your sentence. For example, the sun is shining brightly. At the end of my sentence, there's a full stop here, as you can see. And the second example is, my name is Fatima Ajay. You see that my F, I started it with capital letter, and my A, I started it with capital letter. My Ajay, I started it with capital letter, and at the end of it, I have my full stop. I am in the class. That's another sentence. At the end of it, I put a full stop to show that I'm not saying anything again. That's for punctuation mark, full stop. You know, we are taking them one after the other. So the first one now that we have just discussed is full stop. Full stop is used to end a sentence. We'll go to the second one. The second one is question mark. Question mark is used to ask a question. We use question mark to ask a question. It shows that someone is being asked a question or someone is asking a question. For example, how are you today? You put your question mark to show that it's a question that you have asked. Where are you? Where are you going to? You also put your question mark. What are you doing? It's another example of a sentence that ends with a question mark. What time is it? It's also a question mark that you will use to end it. We'll go to the third one. The third one we have is comma. Comma is used to break a sentence or a phrase. When you make two sentences, you break them with a comma. Or we also use comma to break a list of items that we have made. Now, I bought an apple, a banana, and 2 pears. You see, I bought an apple is a sentence. A banana and 2 pears is a phrase. So I've used my comma to break it up. She came to school with a pencil, pen, and an exercise book. There are all different items in the list of what she came to school with. So I broke them up with my comma. After my pencil, there's a comma. After my pen, there's a comma. And I added my and, then full stop at the end of my sentence. I want to go to the shop, but my mom refused. 2 sentences. First one, I want to go to the shop. The second one, but my mom refused. It's a phrase. So to link them up, I had to break them with my comma. If you need assistance, I am here to help. That's another sentence. If you need assistance, I am here to help. I broke it up also with comma. I hope you are getting me. If you have any question, you can ask. I wait to see if you have a question. Okay, let's continue. Exclamation mark is the fourth one. This is used to express feelings and excitement. You can also use it to express surprise or pain. Examples are, what a beautiful day. You end it with an exclamation mark. You can see my exclamation mark here. It's like when you write one and you put a dot under it. The next sentence there to show exclamation mark is, ouch, that hurts. Ouch, that hurts. You use exclamation mark. So that's why I used exclamation mark after my ouch to show it's a surprise. Then I have the next one, wow, it's beautiful. Because it's a surprise, I used the wow. And to show that that wow is a surprise, I had to use my exclamation mark. Let's look at the next one. Okay, the next one here is a hyphen. We use hyphen to connect or join words or parts of words within a compound or a phrase. We use hyphen to join a word. The main words that we use hyphen to join are called compound words. Compound words are 2 words that make one word. You have your, let's see what we have here. Okay, we have our art house. Art is a word and house is another word. We have a bell ringer. We have bell, we have ringer. So we use hyphen to join the 2 words together. We have our living room. Living is a word and room is another word. We put them together. We have our wheelchair. Wheel is a word and chair is another word. So we use hyphen to link 2 compound words together. Finally here, we'll be talking about quotation mark. This one is a bit dicey, but it's easy when you concentrate. You'll be able to get it. So I really need your attention in this one. If you look at it here, it's like 2 things that is on top. You see them here. It's called a quotation mark. This quotation mark is used to quote what somebody said, a statement made by someone else. For example, I love reading books. The man said, I love reading books. You put this quotation mark on what the man said. What did the man say? The man said, I love reading books. So the first one will be on top of your eye, and the last one will be after the books down here. The next sentence is, my mother said, keep the plate in the kitchen. So try to find out what your mother said. What did your mother say? Your mother said, keep the plate in the kitchen. You are going to put it at the beginning of the keep and at the end of the kitchen. The last one there for now is, she said, I need to do my homework. What did she say? I need to do my homework. So you put it at the beginning of I and at the end of noun. We'll continue this class. We'll continue this topic in our next class. Thank you. See you later. Okay, sorry, before you go, there's an activity that I would like you to do right here in the class. This is the activity here. Can you see the activity? The instruction says choose the correct punctuation mark from the bracket for each sentence below. You have comma there, you have full stop, you have exclamation mark, you have speech mark there, and you have question mark. So the first one is something is missing from these sentences and you are asked to insert them. I am 8 years old. What am I going to put there? Is it going to be a question mark? Is it going to be a full stop? Or is it going to be an exclamation mark? Number 2, are you ready for today's class? What are you going to put there? Is it going to be a question mark, a speech mark, or a full stop? Number 3, she said, I love reading books. What are you going to put? Remember, we talked about a speech mark that is used to show what someone said. We call it a quotation mark. So, what are you going to put here now? Number 4, my sister bought tea, bread, and sugar from the tuck shop. What are those items that your sister bought? Remember what you are expected to use to break them up. And the last one, wow, it's awesome. With this, we have come to the end of the class. See you again in our